write equations of the circles just like we've been doing, except they're in this jumbled mess form. Okay? Essentially what they did is they just simplified the equation down. So we're going to take this jumbled mess and make it look like this, the standard form of a circle. And we used to have to do this really long process called complete the square. I don't know if you guys talked about it in other one or not. We used to have to do that. It was long, it was a little tricky, students had a hard time with it. But now that we have Desmos, that makes our lives so much easier because we can use Desmos to help us write these equations. Okay? So if we take a look at this first example, we want to know the center, the radius, and the equation of a circle of this circle. And you can't really tell when you're looking at it and it's all jumbled and there's x squares and x's and y's and other numbers. So what you're going to do is go to Desmos and type it in exactly how it is. Exactly, with the equal sign and with the 0. So type it in exactly how it is. X squared minus 10x plus y squared plus 8y plus 16. And you can tell if you don't put the equals 0, nothing's graphed and there's this exclamation point. So that should tell you, oh yeah, I have to put my equals 0. And now we have a circle graphed on there for us. So now we can do exactly what we've been doing. We have our circle, it's graphed. We can write an equation of this circle that's graphed. Here's the thing. You have to make sure your grid looks like this. So you're kind of going by 5. So you have 5 and 10. Because when we count the lines in between, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that matches. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it matches. If you zoom out too much, okay, and it's like this, if you count the lines, that's 1, 2, 3, that's saying that's 4, but it's actually 2. So you have to make sure when you're counting everything's being correct. So a good indicator is you have 5 and 10. Those are your numbers. Yes? What? And if you're not getting a circle, more than likely it's just mistyped in or like we said, you have to x squared minus 10x plus y squared plus 8y plus 6. Okay, well, it's still wrong. You're way too zoomed in. Get weird answers, I'll change this to a 16. Anyone else getting a weird answer? More than likely you just type something in wrong like I did and put 6 instead of 16. Or your window is just weird, zoomed in really weird. Okay. So now what we're going to do is exactly what we've been doing. Write an equation of the circle that's graphed. So in order to write an equation of a circle, you need your center and your radius. Okay? Well, we don't know what our center is, we have to find it. If you click on your circle, these points that are right across from each other and are going on a nice straight line, you're going to start at those points. And you're going to count all the way across. When we count all the way across, what do we get? Hold on. X squared minus 10x plus y squared plus 8y plus 16. Right? You get 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. How far across do we get? All the way we get 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We know our center, if that's all the way across. Our center is halfway. So what's half of 10? 5. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your center. And what's the length of our radius? 5. All the way across, we call that your diameter. Half of that's your radius. So half of 10 is 5. And then your center, what are the coordinates of your center? What do we get for our center? What's the x? 5, -4. So we write an equation of our circle. It's something squared, x something squared, plus y something squared equals something squared. You plug, this is the x value of your center, but when we plug it in, it turns what? Negative. This is negative, so when we plug it in, it turns positive. And then what do we have to do with our radius? Square it. And what's 5 squared? 25. Done. That graph is there. If you like to do things on paper and not count on the screen, you can replot that circle. Sometimes the circles fit on that grid, sometimes they don't. Okay? But that's there. If you want to draw the circle, you don't have to draw the circle. Yeah.
So it makes a difference depending on how like you zoom in.
Yes, it does. So you want it on 5 and 10. So zoom out. Zoom in. Yep. Oh, that's fine. Zoom out.
Because I did that.
Yes, that's wrong. This is what I'm counting by one, 2, 3, 4. When you zoomed in, it's counting by like halves. So that's why that's why you want to make sure it's on 5, 10. Because then that way it's going by ones. Other questions? Okay. Take a look at the next one. Again, type it in exactly how it is. Even though it's equals 12, the other one was equals 0, doesn't matter. Type it in exactly how it is. X squared plus 4, let me erase this, plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y equals 12. And there's your circle. Okay? Again, we need to know the center and the radius. So to get the center, we have to count all the way across. Click on your circle. Here's where all the way across is and isn't on a nice straight line. So we count how far across is our circle? 10. So cut that in half. What's the length of our radius? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's our center. Alright? We know our radius is 5. What are the coordinates of our center? -2, positive, or negative. -2, positive 3. So then when we write our equation, it's x something squared plus y something squared equals something squared. When we plug our x value of our center in, what's going to happen to it? It's going to turn what? Positive. So it's going positive 2. So positive 3 is going to turn negative. And what do we have to do with our radius? Square it. And what's 5 squared? 25. Done. Again, that grid's just there if you want to graph it. Kind of do everything on paper. If you just want to look at the screen and count, look at the screen. You flip it over and take a look. That should be C. The next one. Again, type it in exactly how it is. X squared minus 10y. And again, it's okay that it's all jumbled. The other ones were kind of in order. This is all the x's and y's are all jumbled up. That's okay. Just type it in exactly how it is. You get a really big circle. This one's probably not going to fit on your grid if you have one. No, it might. No, it won't. I'll look it above. So you just estimate if you want to graph it. So again, click it and it kind of tells you where to start counting from. Right here, we have a nice straight line. It's going right down the middle. So when we count across, we start down here and count across. To that point, how far across is it? How far across is from this point to this one? 14. Okay, if all the way across is 14, cut that in half. What's the length of 7? That's the length of our radius, and we use it to find our center. So we know our radius is 7. Okay, what are the coordinates of my center? Where's that purple dot point? Negative 4 what? Close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, 5. I overcounted. Yep, negative 4, 5. So we write our equation of a circle. Again, it's x something squared plus y something squared equals something squared. Then we take this 4 and plug it in. Sign changes to a positive. Take the 5, plug it in. The sign changes to a negative. And then what do we have to do with this 7? Square it. 7 squared is 49. Questions over that first kind of section? Well, sometimes you're just asked to find a certain part. You're given this equation and it says, hey, what's the radius of this circle? The process is still the same. You just don't have to find everything. You just need to figure out what the radius is. So just like we've been doing, plug this into Desmos. It's exactly how it's written. Plug it in. X squared minus 16x plus y squared plus 10y plus 80 equals 0. And our circle should be somewhere over here. Here's our circle. Okay. So to get our radius, again, to find out where you're counting from, here are nice 2 points right here. We're going to start at this point. We count across to that other point. How far do we count? 6. So what's our radius? 3. Cut that in half. Count all the way across at 6. Cut it in half. That's your radius. Your radius is 3. Questions over that? Sample C says the equation of a circle is shown. What is the center? And the process is still the same. We just want to know the center. That's it. So again, type it into Desmos exactly how it's written. X squared plus 8x plus y squared equals 20. Very small equation, but we get a very big circle. So we want to know the center. Again, you can click on it, and it tells you where to start counting from. I'm going to count from here to there. When we count all the way across, how far do we count? Start here and count to the other green point. How far do we go? 12. Okay, so to find our center, cut that in half. What's half of 12? 6. So we go here, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are the coordinates of our center? Negative 4, 0. Questions over that? Okay, so sometimes you're asked, we've been asked in the last lesson, if a point lies on the circle, and we would just plug in that point. If we got what our radius squared was, yes, it would lie on. Okay, but sometimes you're asked if it lies inside, outside, or on. So how do you think we can use Desmos to figure out whether the point lies inside, outside, or on? What would you do using Desmos? Maybe you already did this. What do you think you would do? If you're asked this question on the test, what would you do using Desmos? Yeah, you would plug the equation into Desmos. Okay? But here's the thing, do we know off the top of our head what radical 2 is and where exactly that is on the grid? No. So what you would also do is type in that point. Type both things in. And it will tell you where it's sitting in relation to the circle. So I'm going to type that equation in first. I'm going to type in x squared plus parenthesis y plus 1 arrow out squared equals 25. There's a circle. So then you click below and you can type in that point. You have to put points in parentheses. So you have to put parentheses. Square root of 2. Click out of it or arrow out, comma, 1. And when you plot that point, where is it sitting? Inside, outside, or on? Inside. Your answer would be inside. Here, does this point lie inside, outside, or on the circle? Same exact steps. We type it in exactly how it is. I'm going to type in parenthesis x minus 2 squared plus y squared equals 20. And then type in that point. Parenthesis, you have to put your points in parentheses. Negative 3, comma, radical 5. Because again, we don't know where radical 5 is. It was whole numbers. You just kind of look on the grid. But we don't know where radical 5 is. And even if you plug in your calculator and it does decimal, we don't know exactly where it's at. Okay? So if we look here, is that inside, outside, or on? Outside. So answer the outside. Questions over there? Okay. Rest of the time is yours to work on this extra practice.